What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Will Farrar Music over here, and guess where I'm gonna be? And you know what? I'm kind of chumpy pissed that not everybody's going. If you're not going, if you were one of those people that got on the Ron Paul bandwagon, and it's a bandwagon of love and liberty and life, and letting us take care of our own selves, not the government, shutting tyranny down, shutting wars down, empire shutting down. If you were with us to begin with, and you're not now, if you're not going to Tampa and you've done everything possible to get the money for gas, we're going to be camping out at the Paul Festival. You're not going to be there. What the hell? You can't, I know you can't make it and fight, but this is bullshit. We got to go down there and show our strength in numbers. If you're not coming, I am so disappointed in you. If there's not a big reason you can't make it, and I understand we all work, but I know people have vacation time, and this is more important right now than your job. And that may sound crazy, but if we don't get Mitt Romney unseated and Barack Obama or Mitt Romney take our country for another 4 years, it'll take it to a place, both parties, where you will never recognize our country again. There will be no more liberty. There will be no more caring what's in the Constitution. We will never get that back unless there's a conflict. I don't know how that conflict's going to come about, because you can't do it with guns, you can't do it with weapons, you can't do it with your fists, because they have you outnumbered, they have you outgunned. That's the problem. This is a technological police state. You can't run away from the cameras, you can't run away from the drones, there's nothing you can do. It's ideas. We have to shut the system down with ideas. And I'm not talking about shut down legal systems. I'm talking about stuff that's illegal. Stuff that shouldn't be done. Like insider trading by the Congress. Absolutely not. So, the people who are not going to Tampa, why are you not going? Have you given up on Ron Paul? He hasn't given up. We're going down there to fulfill what we've planned. This is the last part of our plan. We need you there. We need to have numbers. We've sold out the rally, but that's not enough. We need to pack up the overflow. We need to be there. We need to be there. You said you would be there. You said that you were with us, and now you're jumping out. And if you're not with Ron Paul, if you're just Gary Johnson, come. If you're just about liberty, come. This is about everybody getting together and loving one another and sharing ideas to make our country better. Look, the Democrats and Republicans, I know this is a Republican National Convention, they don't have all the answers. Neither party has all the answers. We wouldn't be in the situation we were, where there's a totally out of control welfare state and a warfare state. They both get their babies on a silver platter, and they won't give up an inch. And you know what it's time to do? It's time to cut the parties loose. It's time to stop this part. If everybody would just leave their political party and vote as an independent from now on, and vote your heart, vote on who you think's ideas are better, not what two people are trying to dump you into a category. Can we really be categorized with half of the other United States? Do you really have every belief that the Republicans believe or the Democrats believe? Or are you just voting on lines? If you're voting on party lines, stay the fuck home. Do not vote. You do not deserve to vote. If you go in there and you don't know who you're voting for, if you're just checking something because they're Republican or Democrat, you, sir or ma'am, should not vote in the United States. You are what is wrong with our country. You are not doing your homework when you need to do your homework. This is what governs our country. This is one of the living in a democracy, which is not. We don't have a democracy, we have a republic. A republic involves the people. You need to be there. I'm going to show you some about it. But if you're voting along party lines, you're part of the problem, and you need to go. Or you need to inform yourself. That's what the internet's for. You don't have the internet? For God's sakes, there's hundreds of places you can find information now. Especially about people in your local community. Go ask somebody with the internet to borrow it. Go to the public library. But stop voting on party lines. Stop it. You're killing the country. These Democrats and Republicans don't give a shit about America. If they did, there would be no Federal Reserve System. There would be sound money. You would have a gosh darn pension. You'd have a gosh darn money in the bank. You'd have a home, because America's one of the wealthiest places. More money comes through America than almost anywhere. And where is it? They destroyed the middle class. They pumped up the lower class to be basically people who survive by handouts. And you know what? A lot of people I know have to take the handouts because it's so bad. They've made the job situation so bad that where small businesses can barely get along. The Republicans and the Democrats did that. You don't see a shit ton of independents in Congress. You don't see a shit ton of independents ever becoming president. It is time to stop this Republican Democrat bullshit and start putting America first, the republic for which it stands. Us, the republic, together for which it stands. All of us, together as one. Together. One. Together. One. Well, that's 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. We get all of us together. We vote for the best person. And that person may not be a Republican. It may not be a Democrat. It may be a Libertarian. It may be an Independent. It may be somebody who doesn't give a shit about a political party, because that's the person I want. That's who I want. I want somebody who's not going to take this big stick that they beat the shit out of us with and bend us over and take us down. We need people who are going to end the IRS. We give enough money in just road tolls and everything else in this country to make it function and work for years. We've got more people than ever, more money, more stuff going through this country, but the people don't have the money. We need to give the money back to the people, and that's not by just handing it out. It's by hard work, by informing yourself how to vote. Who are these assholes? Who wants to do something for me and my community? You may be rich, but you may be poor. But both of us are going to be nothing if we don't have freedom, if we don't have a Bill of Rights and a Constitution that gives me my personal freedoms. If I have to show my freaking papers everywhere I go. If the TSA is going to stop me on the side of the road, a plane, a train to get into my sports game, this is total bullshit. Total federal takeover. What the Constitution and our founders said no to. No, we do not have kings in our country. No. So this November, say no. Vote Ron Paul. Vote for Gary Johnson. Vote. Say no to Mitt Romney. No to Barack Obama. Yes to the government. Or yes to the people. No to the government. The government will take whatever they can from us until we have nothing. That's what they already own your land. You think you own your land? Wait till they need to run a highway through it. Then see how much of your land you own. Wait till they find out there's something more important to them and they take it by eminent domain. You have nothing here in America anymore. Nothing but a flag that everybody's wrapped themselves up in and then done horrible, nasty things that our founders never would have sanctioned. You think that our founders would have sanctioned the carpet bombing of brown people overseas in Iraq and Iran just because they're Muslims or they're brown, they have different skin? Why else are we there? To take their stuff? You think that they would let us? We're invaders. You think that the founders would allow us to go in and just say willy-nilly what we're gonna do with other people's stuff? That's why they came here. They came to get away from persecution, to be able to do what they please, to make something for themselves. Not for this. Not to send our money overseas and our boys and our girls and turn them into monsters, because that's all that happens. They come home and they're screwed up in the head and they end up committing suicide. They've seen stuff that they never should have seen as young children, 18, 19, 20 years old. They come back with the mindset of 50-year-olds. It's horrible what we're doing to our men and women. It's horrible what we've done to our country. And Ron Paul stands for non-interventionalism, bringing the people home. And you signed up for Ron Paul, and you better make it to Tampa. I don't care if you need to start walking right now. If you join this movement, you give a shit about our company, you come show we got strength in numbers. We got strength in numbers. We will not bow to the Vatican, to the Zionists, to the rich, to the people at the CFR, to the people at AIPAC, to the people that have the money that feed these rich politicians, and that they turn around and feed you bullshit and back it up with their media and their newspapers, and you know no better because you don't care to know any better, because they've got you so busy worried about where you're going to get your next food from, how you're going to put food on the plate, that you got no time to care. Much love. I love you. I will see you in Tampa.